My name is Lisa and welcome to my crafting channel.
So today we are going to use my Cricut Joy to create a very quick gift tea towel using some custom text, using a free font, using Smart Iron-On for Cricut Joy, which is HTV or heat transfer vinyl. I'm also going to use my Cricut heat press mat and I'm going to choose to use my mini press today. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into Design Space, and my Design Space version is version 8. The first thing I'm going to do is enter my text. So I'm going to go ahead to the text bar and click it. And go ahead and type the names as per the wedding invitation. So Lindsey. And I use the and symbol. Travis, Travis. Move that T at the start. Perfect. Now I'm going to go use a font. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at the bottom and at the right of my screen before I press onto the font bar, which is up the top. Now I'm using a PC on Windows 10. And so now it's loading the fonts, and you can see I can see my text in amongst the font bar, which is I find very helpful. So now I'm going to the filter button, which is the 2 lines and 2 dots. If you are after a font that you have downloaded onto your PC, go to the Systems tab. I'm going to stick with the Cricut fonts for now. And I'm going to use this filter button to filter for free fonts. Now, I'm hoping this will work for me today. What I'm doing is I've clicked over to a different font so that I can hopefully see a preview. And as I'm clicking on the fonts, you can see a preview. It does take a little time to load, especially in this version of Design Space at the moment. So I'm clicking on again. I'm getting my green bar of slowness up the top. And now my design has changed to a preview of this font. Now I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to click off the fonts. I prefer, even though I am going to use black Smart Vinyl, I prefer not to work with black on my screen because I find that it hides any flaws in the design. So I'm going to pick a lighter color just so I can clearly see on my screen those outlines, which are your cut lines. Now, next thing I've got to do is I've got to measure up my project. So we're going to use this tea towel over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it up. So I can do a maximum at that 11.4, which would be perfect for Cricut Smart Vinyl. My design looks roughly about 3 centimeters tall. And so I'll get the right design over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the maximum width for Cricut Smart Vinyl and Smart Iron-On. So I'm going to go 11.38 because the maximum is 11.4, and that still leaves me under the 3 centimeters. To me, that looks good. I've got no straight cut lines. I only got the dots on the eyes, which I'm a bit unsure about, but that's okay. We'll run with it. So now I'm going to go ahead and press the Make button. And I'm going to press without mat because I'm using a smart material. You can see I've used the maximum width on that material just there. Now, what else am I going to do here? There's nothing else to do on the screen. I need to press continue while making sure my Cricut Joy is turned on so that I will allow that connection. Now, I've been giving limited choices here because I need a smart option. So I need to browse my materials and go Smart Iron-On and press done. Now, I haven't turned the mirror on, so we want to make sure we go in here, use the mirror toggle, and we'll see it's now nicely mirrored, making for the reminder click it. Now, you don't get an opportunity to do a rerun on this, so I've found at the moment my Cricut Joy is needing more pressure, and I'm happy to take that chance today. So now I'm just going to go ahead and load the material. So I'm using a Smart Iron-On, so I'm just going to open up my Iron-On. Boxes over here. saying shiny slide down. Now I need to be very careful when I load my machine that the smart vinyl doesn't get that. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and press go. Now my Cricut is doing its cutting, and I'm waiting while I'm watching the machine do its cutting. Now Cricut Design Space is asking me to unload. I don't know if you can see the cut through there. And pop my Cricut Joy away and off to the side. You can still slightly see it. Now where's my cut? Just very hard to see. I'm going to use my trimmer, and I'm going to find where the end of that Y is, and I'm going to line that up with the edge of my ruler here. So Y, there it is. And that keeps my smart vinyl ready to use next time. Now if I want to do one of my smart vinyl tips and tricks, I also need to get the top. So where is the highest point? The Lindsay and the Travis. So they need to make sure they are completely away from the trimmer. So, yeah, you can clearly see I've got that okay. So now this is ready for a smart vinyl scraps project. And before we go any further, I am going to make sure I disconnect my Cricut Joy by pressing done. And now would be a good time to save your project if you haven't already. Okay, so this is a tricky bit. We need to do what's known as the weeding. So I need to find the insides of the letters, give them a bit of a pull, and pop them out of the way. So there's the middle of the A, the middle of the and, middle of the E, L-I-N-D. Now I need to go get my tweezers. I really find heat transfer vinyl or iron-on, smart iron-on, really easy to weed. Very forgiving. You just got to know what your shape, roughly what your shape looks like, and you're good. So now I'm going to do the big trust your cut pull and hope for the best. So I'm going to grab my hook in, pull. Now 45-degree angle. Keep an eye on your letters. 45-degree angle. That little middle of that A. It's going to need a little hook from the looks of things. 45-degree angle. Sometimes the letters like that A do give a bit of trouble. S's sometimes give a bit of trouble too. There we go. Now you want to make sure you clean off all those scraps off that table. You don't want them to accidentally get ironed on somewhere. So now we've got a lovely mirrored project ready for transfer. I'm just going to jump into my Cricut Heat Guide now. And I'm going to use my Cricut PV Press Mini. We're going to use Smart Iron-On. And I'm using a 100% cotton tea towel. So I'm going to press apply. It's going to tell me I need to preheat to medium. And then we need 25 seconds, 15 seconds. Remove water with cool, so it's cool peel. All good information to know. So I'm just going to jump over. I'm going to preheat to medium, which is my 2 bars. In the meantime, I am going to push this away and I am going to organize my tea towel. So I'm folding that tea towel in half here. And what I'm going to do is put a line down the middle. Use my heat press. Yes. Create a fold line. And I've got a rough guideline there. So I'm just going to make another rough guideline based on that. So now I have the center of where I want to put things. Now I'm going to fold that around my mat just for my convenience. And now I need to find my design, which is hidden on my trimmer off to the side. That was also me preheating my material. So now, again, I'm just going to line some of this up by eye and see where I'm happy with it. I will need some baking paper as well, just as a preference I have, but this first press I won't. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to set up a timer for 25 seconds off to the side over here. So we're just going to start, and it's just gently constant movement. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, now the instructions say to flip for 15 seconds and it's cold peel. However, I also use the underneath of my mat as a cooling mat. Now that this is cool, I'm going to do the peel now before I do the flip. However, that does mean I will need some baking paper on the other side when I do the flip. So I've got my baking paper down, my mat, my baking paper over my design, and do my flip. And now I need to do my 15 seconds from here. And one last check that my design is covered by baking paper on that side. Push start. And go over with the easy press. Firm, constant movement, pressure. Firm, movement, constant pressure. Firm. Don't think I got that right. That's what we were going for. Okay, we're still on cool peel, but it should just peel off. And that is my tea towel just there. So now I'm just going to go back and fold it. If I want to put my cardboard back, ready to tie up, I can do so. And that's my tea towel ready to gift. That's a lovely looking custom gift.
If you liked the video today, please go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up for me. If it is the first time you're watching me, make sure it is not the last. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are amongst the first to know when I release a new video. Thanks for watching.